Howdy everyone, this is MopUp, this is the Diamond Society, and welcome back to episode number 117. Behind me is what we worked on in last episode. If you haven't seen episode 116, go check it out because we built this farming valley. It's coming along very, very well. This whole area really is. I'm very, very pleased with it. We've got the big old windmill in the back as well. You'll notice also from that little intro part, I got this whole side done up. This was just raw before. It was just stone and dirt and quite ugly. And now we've done it up in greenery. This took a very long time. I don't even know how many hours it took. I don't really want to know how many hours it took. All I know is that I spent basically 2 days doing this. So it was a lot. It was very much a lot. And it was mostly probably just hard because of how steep it is and bouncing around up and down multiple times because of course, I went through and first I did all these coarse dirt blocks that are underneath all these so that we had a good layer to start from. Then I went through and I added all of these jack-o'-lanterns with the leaves so that we had plenty of lighting. Then I went through and did up all the decoration blocks, and then I went back through and bone mealed everything up, and it was pass after pass after pass. But anyway, I mentioned in last episode that we still need a place to do pumpkins and melons. We don't have any of that down here. We just have the crops that can grow right out of the ground like carrots, potatoes, wheat, and we've got beetroot down there at the end as well. Today, pumpkins and melons, and we got plenty of space up here. I think that's about all we're going to be able to fit up here. So we're going to have a small little house over here, little farming house, and then we'll have our jack-o'-lantern patch. We'll have a melon patch over here. We might even be able to expand over to here, possibly. That would require doing a lot more decoration up over here, so we'll try to keep it over there, but if we really need the space, I suppose we could hop over here as well. Okay, so here we have a rather small building, and this actually still fills up most of the area over here, so we're not going to be able to fit the crops right here. We will end up using this area over here underneath the beacon, which means that's going to have to come out and go somewhere else so that we can plant all of our crops right there. This hill right here, we're just going to leave for now. I'd rather just have it empty and then be able to add stuff later because I don't exactly know how I want to blend these two together, and I don't want to build it all over and then decide I don't like it down the road and have to tear that all out. So over there we're just going to continue doing the greenery, make it all match and everything, and then we will also have some storage on the inside, and the storage being over here and our farm being over there, it's close enough. I think I'm also going to wire up some auto storage for the moment. Now we are not going to be building an auto farm just yet. Maybe sometime down the road we will be. However, first, I just want to have that in there so that if we get to that auto farm, it won't be too hard just to hook the two up underground, and then we'll already have all that and we won't have to redo anything inside that building either. Yeah, now with a start on the area over here, it's all looking not too bad. There are definitely some changes we need to make. So we have pumpkins going along this side of the path, and we have melons over here. For some reason, the melons have not grown yet. I grew them all at the exact same time, so I'm not sure why the pumpkins are so far ahead, but maybe we'll see some of those turn up soon. I'm not sure. Unless melons have a weird thing with they can only grow at certain heights, that could be a possibility. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens if they grow or not. If they don't grow, we'll just change them over to pumpkins. That won't be too bad, and we'll put melons somewhere else. But yeah, the pumpkins are growing a lot. But anyway, we've mixed in a lot of blocks around here. It's the same blocks we usually use. I just had to be a lot more careful about where I put the different blocks because pumpkins and melons can only grow on grass, dirt, podzol, and farmland, which meant that the blocks right around could not be any of this concrete, which is of course where a lot of our green comes from. So I had to put those very sparingly and in very particular places, and the same goes for the grass blocks, these taller ones, because those also cannot be where we want our fruits to grow. So those kind of spread around there. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them or not. It looks a little bit odd, I think, now that the pumpkins have started to grow. It looked better before they started to grow, so maybe we'll take those out. I'm not sure. I just tried to make it match everything else. But anyway, we've got fences going along the sides as well. Just a nice little barrier so that you don't... so, it looks like there's a barrier stopping you from falling right off the edge. Of course, there really isn't. But anyway, everything is looking pretty good, as I said, and we might actually run that off still down in that direction. So I've just let the path end there for now. And speaking of paths, down here, I think I've actually figured out what I want to do with this. So we have this path going right here right now, which goes up right to the windmill. I think instead we're actually going to tear this out and we're going to send the path off in this direction. So we'll have probably these 3 blocks being the path And then that could actually run right up to where we have the one up there, and then it could connect right the way back to here since we already kind of have those three nearly lined up. So that means we'll actually be able to do something with this side of the mountain there, and then make it all kind of tie together, which would be pretty cool. And yeah, we don't have haste anymore. I was wondering why that was so slow. So first things first, you'll probably notice a little bit of a difference in the audio. I just replaced my Blue Yeti with the Scarlett Studio mic and Focusrite Scarlett preamp. So definitely don't have it set up correctly, so it might still sound a little bit wonky, and it should certainly sound a little bit different than I did in the rest of the episode. But anyway, we went ahead, we did all the greenery around here. Haven't touched this house yet. I've actually decided that since we already have storage down there in that windmill, we don't really need more storage up here, so we're just going to turn this into a small house, which apparently has grass on the inside of it now. But anyway, that greenery is just pretty much normal. It comes around here. The melons did finally grow, and then I also came out here and knocked out all that extra grass, so I decided it looked a little bit better without it, and I think I was pretty much correct about that. We put a bunch of trees around here as well. There's a piece of snow, which we've got to do something about that, but for now we're just going to pretty much ignore that. We got the greenery done up along the side here, and then we even connected the road around, so everything's looking pretty cool. We got that all done up over there. We've got a very nice edge coming along here. I'm very, very pleased with what we've got so far. And I was thinking, since we do already have the storage in there and it's down here, it wouldn't be too hard, actually, to do a little bit of an auto farm up here. And we have a pumpkin and melon farm design that we worked on a long time ago. And it's the one that I've been building pretty much every single season. We could put it right there inside of this mountain, and then we could just let it run off and fill up inside of that windmill there. So I think that's going to be the best thing to do. We'll also get some work done up on that house, and we'll make that actually a house instead of just an empty shell as it is right now. So here we have the house. It is quite simple. If we go ahead and walk on to the inside, we've just got a little chair along with some bookshelves, a little bench for a flower pot, and well, we'll call it a lamp, but really, you know, it's a torch, along with a couple of furnaces and then some other random blocks and the bed down there at the end. A little bit of a painting going on there too, so nothing much going on inside here, but it is nonetheless another house to add to the collection. Don't fall off the edge here. Also went along the back here and added a couple of spruce fences. That looks really neat, I think. From down below, and even especially from up here, you get this nice little barrier, and I think it really does a nice job, because before it was just like you could walk right off the edge, and although you can still technically do that, it looks like there's a little bit more support, and I think that extra little bit of detail is really, really nice. So anyway, along here, we had to widen the path so that we'll have enough room to do this auto farm in here, and I was going to stack these and make a pumpkin farm on top and a melon farm on bottom. However, I think for how much room we have, we're just going to do one side by side. So we'll do 1/2 melons and we'll do 1/2 pumpkins, and that needs to go all down the middle. So eventually we're going to have this wipe everything down the middle. You'll see how this works more, I guess, once the farm's actually built, but they're going to grow on top of this coarse dirt and then get pushed into the middle, and they're going to run off, and they'll go down to where we have the windmill. So for storage, we'll have to do that after this. However, we don't have that hooked up just yet. Yeah, it needs to get down in that direction. So anyway, where we have this coarse dirt, like I said, is where the pumpkins need to grow. So we're going to go ahead, and of course we are over water. Let's try to do the best we can. Okay, well, we'll plop down there and get that one too, I guess. So let's take out these while we're over here, and then we're going to need pistons underneath. So we're also going to need an empty block right there, and of course I still have the haste going. I was wondering why that was so fast. So that's going to go all the way over, and I thought at first this was going to go all the way back. However, how do I get out of here? However, we need one block of space for the redstone to go at the end. So anyway, let's grab those back and then try to not fall down there, and then here's some sticky pistons. So these need to go, let's see, right underneath. So the first one needs to go right there, and then these need to extend all the way back. So while I'm going ahead and building this, I think it's probably a good time to mention that the season will be resetting soon. We've had this since, I think, 1.12, and now with 1.14 on its way, I guess the cat's out of the bag now. It's safe for me to say that we are going to be resetting once that is released and is stable. So I don't know exactly what the time frame looks like for that. However, I don't imagine it's going to be too long. So in these next couple of episodes, we're really going to be working on wrapping everything up for the season. Did I lose my block? No. So we're going to really be working on wrapping everything up for the season and trying to put all the finishing touches on. So I'm going to be working a lot in this area, trying to
trying to finish up everything that we can to make the space look complete. And the same goes for the Motlantis area. And actually, we need to do our nether hub as well. We haven't done that since we built it. We dug out the tunnel and then we were going to design it, and honestly I totally forgot about that. So that's something that we're going to have to do soon as well. So in this area, so like we have this farm, which is kind of the outer edge. I was eventually going to like use up this whole island, but I think that was extremely an overstatement for how much work I'd actually be able to get done, because primarily the greenery takes a long time, but we might still be able to do like over this mound here and then possibly something else continuing out along the back. I was gonna put farms and stuff all around this back area, like this back country, and then have like almost like a neighborhood going on up there. And I wasn't even gonna build a castle at one point, but we're definitely not gonna have time for all of that. So we're gonna do parts that we can. I definitely want to revisit Motlantis because we didn't get a whole lot done there. We got like the main building done, but there was plenty more work that I wanted to do on that. So wow, we had just enough there. Here's that. So we need seeds on both sides. We'll put, let's see. Let's put pumpkins over here. No particular reason for that, but I guess it lines up with that, which is actually pretty neat. There's all that, and then we'll put melons over here. We'll come back through and bone meal that at some point because we don't have any on us at the moment. So those sticky pistons that are underneath this coarse dirt needs to push up when it has the fruits on top of them, and then the blocks right here are going to push it into the middle. So that needs to go over to there. Same thing on the other side, and then we're going to need more sticky pistons behind them. So this is probably one of the last farms that we're going to be building on this season. Possibly, maybe I'll be able to get one over at Motlantis, but primarily I want to get the nether hub done because the world download is going to be available once this season ends, and the nether is going to be probably the main way. I can really not place blocks right now. It's going to be the main way to get around when you guys download the world. So I want to make it presentable. You know, I should definitely be looking pretty good. I should have done these blocks first probably. In fact, let's go through. Okay, good. I got my silk touch on me. So the nether is going to be the main way to travel, and I think that's probably the primary thing that needs to be presentable. So we'll do that in the next episode along with some stuff over at Motlantis, and if there's still time afterward, we'll be able to come back here and do some more work on the Nordic Village. This has really been my baby. Throughout this season, I've been putting a lot of work off camera into this. In fact, I think I have like 45 days of playtime or something like that. And I think it's been about a year possibly since we started, maybe a little bit longer. So that was a lot of time. It was a lot of time spent, especially doing all that greenery. And it still kind of feels like it's a new season to me because we have so much to do, or at least I thought we had so much to do still. But nonetheless, we have some plans for next season and I'm very, very excited for it. So anyway, like I said, these blocks push up, pushes the fruits down into the middle, so that if we come back here, the redstone needs to trigger. We'll put all that on this block. So let's see here. We need to, let's grab our shulker box out of there. And let's see, that's gonna go there. Try to get all the redstone on at one point so I don't have to come back through here and do this all again. Did that work right? No, we missed a block. Okay. And then I think that one comes down at the end. So the same thing over here. We need to get one to trigger and then the next to trigger. Like the bottom pistons need to trigger first and then it needs to all push into the middle. So by doing this, how do we do that? Oh yeah, same one. And then down like that. And then I think that is going to be a repeater. Let's put that on 4 ticks. And then we're going to have to get rid of these blocks here in the middle. Try not to lose too many of them here. Did we do it all? Oh, we lost one. Okay. And we're going to have to probably come back through here anyway because we did some slabs. But these all need to power too. So let's put that on top of this. And then we'll put our timer at the back. We don't want to have to come in here and press a button every time. We just want it to automatically refill. Yeah, I'll take care of that. So these need to come down like that. Why has it gotten so dark? We need torches. There's that and that. Okay, so there's that. This comes off of here. So let's just say we have something there to power it. That needs to power first. And then I think if we do this. And then do we have a way to test it? Hopefully. Let's see here. Do we have a torch? We don't have a torch. Okay. Well, in theory, if this were to be powered, then this line would shoot first, these pistons would shoot up, and then these would go next while these are still extended, and this would push all the blocks into the middle, and then we can run our hoppers outside. It needs to go to the back, so these are going to get pushed onto this block here. So I'll finish off getting this redstone, hook it up over there, and then we'll go ahead and look at a demonstration of how this is actually going to work. Also, we're going to block this off with some glass so that we can't actually walk in there.
All right, so here we have a finished product. Behind this glass, we have everything in there. We have a timer set up actually over here. And whenever that daylight sensor right there
fires off, as in it goes from nighttime to daytime, that light is going to, or that line rather, is going to power up. It's going to go through, oh, you just heard it. Maybe not, maybe that was something else. So it's going to go through, and then it's going to fire these. So these bottom ones fire up first, then the glass pushes out, and all the drops end up on top of the hoppers. And I have tested it. It works very well. Once in a while you miss like a drop or two, but I'm really not too concerned with that. And if we come on down here, I've been letting this go for a little while now. And we have, yeah, we got that in there too. I'll get to that in a second, but there's everything now pumping into that. We did have some, I mean, the melon blocks were there already. Some of the pumpkins were there already. I think both of these stacks and also this half-ish stack of pumpkins are both new. So anyway, looking back here, oops, well, that had stuff in it. So anyway, back here we have a line of droppers going up. So at the bottom, the hoppers run from the back of that farm all the way down there, and then that powers up and flings everything into here and just dumps all of the drops into this chest here. So we do have pumpkins and melons together, but considering how small the farm is, I don't think we really need to sort out the things too much, because it's not gonna be like other farms we built in the past where it just floods in and within a day we already have chests upon chests of drops. So anyway, hopefully y'all have enjoyed. Go ahead and subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all next time.